Hey guys, it's Adam from the Dimensional Game Squad here, bringing you another normal intro. Wow, I might go back to these normal intros, just save the special intros for the Doctor Who series review. I have 5 days to watch all of Series 7, and I still haven't watched the first episode yet. I'm going to need to actually make a start with that, yeah. This is a free video recording session. Actually, well, yeah, let's go with that. A free video recording session with the next 3 episodes of Battle with the Beast. Well, this lineup of this week's Beast aren't exactly the most exciting because, well, they're not exactly anything spectacular. They're just there, I guess. I mean, some fights coming up this week are either pretty obvious of which one will win, or just, I think, pretty boring in my opinion. The fight that's after this one should be the best one, but today's fight is going to be Koldo the Arctic Warrior versus Hecton the Body Snatcher. Now I need to fix that lighting. Let's see, will that be okay? Close enough. Wow. So this fight would take place in the Northern Mountains, and the story behind this one, suggested by Lucas Green, the man himself. Koldo has been teleported to Gwildor to find and defeat one of Sanpeo's beasts, being Hecton. And Koldo found himself in the icy plains and went to the Northern Mountains because that's where Hecton dwells, apparently. Even though he just dwells in the Shadow Forest, but we need to have kind of a cold temperature for Koldo, but not horrendously cold. That would give Hecton a disadvantage. So the Northern Mountains it is for this fight. Well, basically, what do we do here now? God, I dislike one of these beasts and I dislike the series for the other. So, not a good start there. But, yeah, let's get right to this fight. I'm not going to do the strengths and weaknesses here because, well, I seem to forget doing it in other episodes. So, if I'm going to forget about it, then I don't need to do it. Simple as. So I'm going to say, oh no, I forgot about it. Sorry. So, let's close your eyes and let me weave you a tale of how one beast defeats the other. How many times have I said that in this series? Quite a lot. I think this is episode 16. So Koldo is walking into the area of the Northern Mountains, whilst Hecton is scanning the area to try and find a beast that he was assigned to kill, being Koldo. They meet each other and they glare each other. I don't know. Like, this one is... So they go charging towards each other. Hecton throws his net over Koldo, but Koldo used his club to whack it away. And whilst Koldo was temporarily distracted by the net, Koldo throws his trident into Koldo's hand where Koldo has the club, causing Koldo to drop the club and goes to try and move the trident out, which he does, and throws it towards Hecton, only for Hecton to dodge it, and it get lost in the distance. So Hecton already has no weapons left. And so Koldo uses his other hand to pick up the club, but by the time he does that, Hecton's already standing right in front of him and headbutts Hecton in, well, the head with his bull skull crap and all that. And it knocks Koldo back, and when Koldo regains his balance, he finds that Hecton is nowhere to be seen. Only to be surprised that that a net just been flung over him, and from behind him there's Hecton just standing there pulling down on the net, causing the net to dig into Koldo's Koldo's icy armor, let's say. I don't know how to describe this. Koldo's icy armor, just injuring a bit. Yeah, sure. Let's say that a bit. And then was Koldo grabs the net with his hands that's above his head and pulls it over him, causing Hecton to go flying right into the distance, or let's say a boulder that's right in front of them, causing the boulder to split in half. And I would say we can hear Arctus bellowing in the distance, but Arctus already dead. So when Hecton landed, he finds his trident right next to him, and whilst Koldo's striding towards him, with his club, ready to knock the living daylights out of Hecton and kill him, Hecton has disappeared from his spot, and he gets Koldo's attention by throwing his net over his head again. And whilst Koldo is distracted with the net, trying to get it off his head again, Hecton throws his trident straight into the back. There we are, I'll use this. Straight to the back, right there, with his trident going straight into his back. Hecton comes over, grabs the trident and pushes even deeper, whilst Koldo steadily kneeling towards the floor in pain. And just to make the job go quicker, Hecton headbutts Koldo in the head again, knocking him unconscious. Hecton now lets go of his trident, grabs Koldo's club, and starts beating the ever-living daylights out of him. just going right at it, going ham on this thing, and just that isn't. And Koldo's still unconscious. They're just been knocked senseless in the back of his head with his own club. Hecton then, instead of finishing the job, decides to toy with his victim a bit, and leaves Koldo to try and regain consciousness. And as soon as he gets back up, he's surprised to see that he's been bound. He's been tied up with his arms to his legs from the net. And he looks up to see Hecton just standing above him with his trident and his club. And Hecton then gets his trident, stabs Koldo directly in between the face here, on the forehead, and grabs the club and hits the back of the trident, pushing it even deeper into the head. Yeah. Oh god, this is pretty grim. And keeps going until the trident goes completely through the head. So, and then, just to make sure Koldo's finished here, yes, Koldo has lost now. Just to make sure Koldo's dead, Hecton uses Koldo's club and just uppercuts Koldo's head, knocking Koldo's head completely off into the air. Let's say flying into the air, like you see with some things, I don't know. And Hecton gets Koldo's club ready and swings and hits the head into the distance. Let's say to the side. Let's say into the tallest mountain of the area that they're in, and it smashes into millions of pieces. Koldo's body then, as I'll be surprised if it hasn't already, then collapses to the floor. Hecton grabs his trident, grabs his net, and walks off to face his next victim. But we won't know who this next victim is until the other fights are done. This is a lot of fights. Hecton has completed this job that Sampaio has set him to do. Koldo has failed. The winner of this fight is Hecton the Body Snatcher, whilst Koldo is in millions of pieces right now. Sorry if this fight seems a bit short, but there's really no way of describing this fight to get any longer. And it's just it's kind of obvious which one was going to win. And when I kind of said that Hecton lost both his weapons, I was like, oh god, I just kind of said, Koldo might win now. But There's no way Koldo was able to, in my opinion, there's no way Koldo will win this. So Hecton's won easily, no questions asked. And yeah, I'll see. That's all I'm going to say. I'll see you in the next video where it will be another beast of Sanpeo, Torno the Hurricane Dragon, versus a beast of Marvel, Noctilla the Death Owl. Till then, that is all for this time. If you liked what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.